Uh, then we get to the real shit. Starlight Kid versus Zumi for the high speed title. Man, we've been watching Starlight since 2019, and they had the match that I thought they were going to start. They were going to be able to have each other like in like 3 years from now,
Why would
right
you think?
fucking here.
Why would you think it would take that long,
Because I never thought they were going to get the positioning to be able to do it in the
bro?
time. Like it
They're,
wasn't about ability. Like,
I was
look,
gonna say like they've clearly been on this trajectory ability wise.
yeah. But the thing is, you know how it is. Like they for years now. Hell, since okay, let's see. Ever since Azumi was 16, I thought like, damn, this is going to be this could probably be the best women's wrestler in the world by the time she's 24. And but the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I said 24 is because like position to be able to be in the main event, to have matches that go longer than 10 or 12 minutes, to be able to rack up great matches. She's not going to be getting that until she's older, because and then the Starlight Kid, same thing. And then like once you keep adding in more and more women from outside places, it's going to be harder and harder for them to break through to get to the top to be able to do main event these shows. So it's like,
They know what it is
yeah,
with this rivalry.
right. So, well, it's good to know now, because like there's so many people that are so talented on this roster that people get left in the cracks. So why people retire. Like, like Momo's one of the best wrestlers in the world. She doesn't get that much shine anymore. Like this, I mean, obviously this heel turn and what's going to happen with Utami is great for her compared to last year when she was just like great matches, storyline wise, not much. But for me, it was just like, I don't like with that whole golden generation thing that Rossi is promoting with Kamitani
They're gonna try to,
and
yeah.
Micah and Himeka and Utami. Is like, well, shit. When is Starlight Kid and the Zumi gonna be able to go out here and get 18 minutes on a big show to go nuts?
Mm-hmm.
It just happened to happen here. It's a C-level pay-per-view, so that's the only reason why it happened. Like they won't be able to, like, they could have done this at Sumo Hall for Wrestle Dream Queen. They didn't. They didn't throw Kakuma in the match. And they put in like third or fourth on the card. But yeah, man, like this match is incredible. This is like the match that like you thought they had in them. This is the match like if you saw their October 3rd, 2020 opener for the first pay-per-view that Stardom had. Like there's just a better, longer version of that match. Basically based around the same thing. Like Azumi just is going to get a hold of Starlight Kid's arms at different points and keeps slapping on like crazier, more severe looking submissions until eventually Starlight Kid breaks, and she has no choice but to tap out after being just like ravaged with her arms. And this match is spectacular. Like,
Kind of a shock title change, and I don't think people were anticipating. So,
yeah,
um, I'm very happy to see Zumi get the belt here, because it feels like Starlight Kid is like due for like an elevation in the
mm-hmm.
wake of this, and I love the match as well. Uh, RLPW for sure, like minus the flying part, but it was very fast, and I don't like the dives in Stardom anymore. Like I'm just over them. Um, Diving on 100 people just takes them out of it for me. I was like, yo, learn to catch. But aside from that, no complaints about this match at all. It was full of energy, full of like, you know, we're watching, like, I don't know, me at least. I'm watching the story of Starlight Kid and Izumi, and this is just the next natural level of it. And
Mm-hmm.
one day they're gonna be fighting for the red belt, and it's gonna be great. So
Yeah,
we're here.
yeah. I was over the moon for this match. I they were doing the voting for which title match was gonna go last. Like I didn't vote, but if I could have, I would have voted for this. I ended up seeing the voting end up being like 43% for the white belt and 44%, or sorry, 44% for the white belt and 34% for the high speed belt, and then everything else got destroyed. But um, I I was so happy to watch this match. I was like, in a weird way, I have rarely ever had this emotion while watching a wrestling match, but like I felt proud. I swear to God, I felt proud. I was like, I can't believe they were able to do this. I can't believe they finally got the shot to do this, and they fucking knocked out the park. And like they had that kind of match where it's like this is one of the greatest matches in Stardom history, and like they're gonna have to start making decisions with this shit. Like like we talked about the Golden Generation thing that Rossi's pushing, and it's like after watching this match and then watching that main event is like, all right. You want to push him back in? You want to push him back in, Micah? In Micah, that's fine. I'm having a problem with that. How long are you gonna hold off? How long are you gonna hold off Natsupoi, Starlight Kid, Momo Watanabe, and Azumi to do it? Like, if you want to talk about that Golden Generation shit, then like if those are the pillars, then like we gotta talk about these killers / the Platinum Club or whatever else we want to fucking call them, because those four are fucking awesome, and they're younger than that whole generation.
And then you got to start factoring their grand plan, like it's already underway. Like Kyrie's back, and they want EO back, so it's like you got to factor them in too. Like I don't know if it's up to me, like Starlight Kid and Azumi is gonna be taking Kyrie down. Like I don't feel like Kyrie's just come in and just run people over, but
I agree. I think that given the way that the year is laid out, like I thought like at the end of last year it was like it's almost a no-brainer that Starlight Kid was going to win the Cinderella tournament. Nothing has dissuaded me from thinking that now.
Freed up,
but yeah. So I don't know given how good Kamitani is doing, I don't know if I'd take the belt off her immediately, but like I feel like Starlight Kid should be the person to take the belt off of Kamitani eventually before the end of the year.
That's what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah, like so yeah, like for me,
look, and then she reaches down, pulls Azumi up with her, like eventually.
Right. So that's that's kind of the thing with the timing, right? It's like, all right, well, like if Starlight Kid is moving up to being the white belt or being a white belt champion or white belt series challenger for it, then like what are we gonna do with this high speed belt? All right, well, we'll put it on Azumi. We'll have Azumi be the champ for like 6 months, whatever else, and then like we'll push the button on her like once we get the shit to Starlight Kid. So like it's happening. It's happening. It's just it when you think of it. I think we'll have a clear picture once they wind down Tam and Mayu, because they're going to cycle out like in the next 18 months or so. Like once we'll get a clear picture of all of that, of the grand scheme, once that happens, if that happens, because people talk about retiring, but they're wrestlers.
Yeah. Besides that, we had the main event, right?
Yep. Kamitani versus Saya for the white belt. This match was great, and like
I almost sent some inflammatory out on the timeline, but I just didn't want to.
She's better than Sasha Banks.
I was gonna say Saya Kamitani is better than any woman in the United States.
I had to rewatch the match. I thought the match was great. I ended up only giving it 4 1/4.
I was the same on that.
Okay,
I went 4.5 on Starlight Kid and Azumi.
Yeah, I went 4 3/4 on that one. I thought I was just really impressed that like they had to follow. They did not do a bad job trying to follow it.
Bro, it was like I was watching the beginning of the match, and Natsupoi is the high speed fairy, and then Saya Kamitani's sticking right with her, and it's like, yo, she's just a tall high speed wrestler, so it's like she was like right there, like, and it was like, oh, she's just tall. But then she was just doing like good tall person stuff. Like when she came off the top rope with the drop kick, I was like, bro, this is like what Booker T used to do. Like she did the missile drop kick for the top rope, send the person backflipping essentially.
I have to think about it. Like, a lot of people do that in Stardom. I have to think about it. Like the thing that got me was like, she's a huge Ibushi mark.
Oh yeah, they did that.
They did the Bushi Osprey shit where it's like flip or I'm going to German you off the middle rope or off the top rope. She flips off to her feet. they didn't do the camera angle where like it catches like Natsupoi like right in her face being shook from behind, looking at the corner of her eye, seeing her up. But like she gets up, there's an evasive maneuver, and then like she goes for like, and then Natsupoi goes for like some type of like leg sweep or basement drop kick, and Kamitani like just basically double foot stomps her, does a jumping double foot stomp, and I was like, yeah, you watch too many Ibushi matches. You got to stop this. But yeah, like match was awesome. Like there was obviously in a lot of these Kamitani matches, they hold on to a for that Hurricane Rana pin, or in this case, like they were waiting for that. I was waiting for that Natsupoi fairy blink deal where she does a step up thing and a spin and a half spin off pin that she does, and like they saved it and they marked it out, or they saved it and they placed it well in the match, or like the way they sequenced it, and it was awesome. And then they finished Natsupoi off, and then ended up hitting their winning with, or Kamitani ends up beating Natsupoi with the Phoenix Splash, and another great match. One of the best matches of Kamitani's career. Like, might be second, might be third. Like, I really loved her match with Shuri in the first night of the Grand Prix. But yeah, like she's on fire. She's on fire. They gave her from the Grand Prix, or basically from when she won the Cinderella tournament to when they put her in there with Tam the first time, when she had those bad ribs and still had managed to have a great match, and then put her in the Grand Prix and she was having bangers in the first night 1 and night 2. Had a better match with Tam once she healed up some and on one of those like Road 2 level Grand Prix matches. Had a match with Takumi that was great. You put her in a ring with someone that's good and a match is important, like she's going to have a great match, period. Like regardless of and I think she's even better I think she's getting more consistent on house shows too. Like she's starting to become like just fully, instead of just like she's great but inconsistent, like nah, she's just great now. She's just great.
Welcome to the Kamitani Club. Yeah.
Well, she's gotten better. I'm not about to give it to somebody if they don't get better.
Like,
you know who else is getting better?
Who?
Unagi.
Oh, also, got the vision.
She's not no damn Kamitani. No, I'm not finna go there. But like, as far as like her instincts have picked up. She moves around the ring a lot better. Like she's doing a lot less of the stutter step stuff. I mean, she's always been. I mean, by now she's been more than reliable in tags or whatever else. But like, she has stepped up now that she is not like being asked to be the third person in the group now. Now that she's in there, like mostly when she's with Tam and she's like number 2, and that she's in there where she's in there with Waka all the time instead of it being Mina. Like she stepped up her game. So yeah, like the roster keeps getting better every single month. There's a new person comes up and they show what they got to do, and they just show improvement in his roster. Go ahead.
So you know what Natsupoi reminded me of? She reminded me of like a middle school kid that has a lot of skills that plays high school basketball, and it's like, oh, they're really fucking good, but like they're just smaller than everyone. So it's like, okay, all right, if you come out here lacking, she'll catch you or whatever, but chances are you're going to be like ahead of her or whatever, just because of like, you guys are high schoolers and this is middle schooler, but she'll hang in there with you and be competitive. That's what it felt like when I was watching it.
Look, this is what I'll say. They're going to have to come up with a really good reason for why Natsupoi will not be a white belt champion. What, like when we talk about the criteria thing, the whole like Isaiah Thomas, I met the criteria, but I was not called.
I was not
like,
selected.
Remember when we were doing the Sasha Banks or the Stardom roster thing, and you were like, I don't know about her. And for her, I was like, the skill, Sasha cannot work her, but she just hasn't been given the matches to be able to do it. But like when she's ever given an opportunity, she absolutely is better than Sasha Banks. This is more proof. She's fucking awesome. Like, she's super charismatic. I don't know. I don't know what would have to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what besides grow 3 inches, what does she? What does this woman have to do to be a top champion in Stardom
I feel like she's
over the next 3 years? She's fucking awesome. She's fucking awesome. She's awesome in like that undeniable way where it's like, are we just gonna ignore this? Are we gonna pretend we're not seeing what we see every single week? Like she comes out here and she busts her ass and is awesome and as consistent as anybody on the roster, like the level of Tam, or Shuri too. She's fucking awesome.
She's an import, unfortunately. So
was Tam.
She gonna have to wait. You know.
Fine. It needs to happen. But you talking about this import thing. You talking about this import thing.
She's like what, number 5 in her unit?
She's 5, but it's like, when's the last time Himeka had a title shot?
Wasn't it like, I'm thinking of Micah. Never mind.
Himeka has had a title shot since like let's see. She never had a Red Belt title shot. Her last title shot was like 2020 against Julia in like, was that?
I feel like they do
late October.
I feel like they do different things.
Oh, they do. They absolutely do. But my point is like, Donna Del Mondo has been presented as number 1 faction. They're 8 deep now. They're due to split any time. Like Natsupoi is going to be a number 2 in a faction, in a vacuum. Like there are not 7 or 8 wrestlers better than her in Stardom. Fuck no. She's awesome.
I feel like for her to like get some type of look, like they would have to reshuffle that shit.
Break it up. I don't give a fuck. Look, DDM's OP. Cosmic Angels is they beating him like a drum right now. Sorry,
is Oedo Tai still malnourished?
They are the land of like undesirable toys. They are. But like, I mean, they still got Momo and Kid, right? But like, if we were going to do this, if we were going to try to like, we're going to make these factions evil so people can win and lose. We got pennies to take loss, all that kind of stuff.
We need to do our own Stardom draft.
What do you want to do it?
We'll set up
next week.
One of these weeks, yeah. All
right, we'll do it next week or something like that.
We will like rotate the units for picks, and then like we'll figure out where everyone should be.
Okay, but like, I'm sorry, man. Like I'm just not gonna get off this part where it's like, I first saw her in Tokyo Joshi Pro, and she was a mid-carder getting her ass beat by Sarai before Sarai left to be Sarai in WWE. And I was just like, she's one of the best wrestlers on that roster. Why can't this woman get a push? And then she left for Stardom, and now I'm like, fuck. She was one of the best wrestlers on the Tokyo Joshi Pro wrestler. She was the best fucking wrestler and pushed her. What company does this woman have to go to be a top champion? Fuck. She's awesome. But that's all I got on Stardom. For a C pay-per-view, they gave you 2 killer matches. In like, that is what? Natsupoi's 26 turns 27 this year. Kamitani turned 25 in like October. Azumi turned in October 19. Kid turns 21 this month, or just turned 21.
If you were looking for rising stars that are young, like, look no further.